enti we a oye se ko na court ko kase o asema o ka nya no kura nipa yi wonye sa no a na Ghana fo adwuma yo munya ebia MBB fo ne court fo akoye kanana na court fo ne ja nipa enti agenda is for asset instead say agenda na be court
na on my Ghana the past glories what me arigani wasanya ne biem eno ti de bia no se me tra kasa video nsu a asama me ka kire no say arise Ghana youth for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold Ghana and make her great and strong. We are all involved in building our motherland. Me no and on mine no. Ye betu ya hye emana ye mana efe na aya kono ntenumbrei se wadwane me ewo Western Diamond TV so a na me fa kwanye we so na mamoadwo na madas mamu akwa banso exactly 48 is the time na ukuada and ukuada 2nd April 2025 ye bede nkomo kopem se nonsia emebo enne enumbre na abena sewa amani ampodi nonsia bere kase no so e de atoa so na wode amayen se ebia na wutwam ena wonam obi afikyire ebi nso wo shop o hwe TV no now so I out tie radio pa ende ase onto radio no so munya botre kakra man na bibia da na akwamu enti koso na TV no na Oman Mpuntuo dwumadie no na eguso a ye de ema ka che onuane se we tune into the radio no wante a won hwe TV no na Oman Mpuntuo ekoso Western Diamond TV Facebook enso Western Diamond TV X bebia on sabe kan bia no Western Diamond TV. Midi Okyeremaba AS Enchill the radio PRO. Anyway, matinamu ediama osikeni frimpon manson osi na yame adamo Okyera obetene nka wo Oman Mpuntuo dwumadie so. Meda accidental production team MCR and the executive producer Okyeremaba na kunedu abupra abena sawa mani ampo osikeni frimpon manson for that massive support and mbei wono dia mame na MCR Fonso empia enoma no edugumu na so atumi ahwe on Western Diamond TV na enumbrei ankoma ye bedie no very critical mene odi nkomo mienu na right from there ye besi nkonya so na yetumi agbobo nkoma hodo ho but MCR betumi aboa me no ma video de dikan barely 3 months anya bosumi miyansa because on the 7th of April and on my Ghana ya to abasese mu abanfoforo eba ye that is the NDC administration one ba ye 7th April and on benya 3 months into munya bosumi miyansa kura abosumi miyansa po NDC amanyo ko wonu di aban omunya ye naso Ghana fo calling for Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia and the NPP. Say, what am I young from Swa? Ghana for so my young from Swa? A good from Basso, my young from Swa? What am I near Sabi Anthony? Some two about the tea the NPP. One two about the tea Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia, all because of a Burobini Yodibia no more. Woman to me, I'm managing that a party, no. And then one was so, womusu bitali say one man fit na adodan kwa kufado Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia because a jet phone bampo one say one man tomo color TV akoto black and white ebusha say because a jet phone bampo I'm not trying to underrate a jet phone but no and don't think I'm underrating a jet phone but the entire makers say even the scholars yes we know people who are educated scholars omudiga. But me basa me narrow it to the downsteps of Obia. So be able to actually say ni asabe waye bojobojo kura wo Kumasi, waye bojobojo kura wa Takoradi, no ye bojobojo kura mpo e Accra, the bojobojo Cape Coast, the bojobojo Bebia no ene they are calling for another Kufado Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Bawumia. But in 24 say had I know is always at last. Benin say, had I know, is always at last. Me uyanka na kechre. na me hunya nka so de yade bia ya yenya no aduro. So if you have the chance to make any decision, make a decisive decision. Decision that will make a decisive decision. As you can, who's waiting to come here. And but I'm saying about video, no, their mama, they form and say, and no more bomb sano, one of my friend PP, because I want to color TV. I got to black and white. Of our traders, our women, woman was supporting with fear. A cry moon kakra, MC Amadan say, Yama Manumni fees a sabe. Yasi baby a women's development bank, Diama Wamo. Na NPP, Abano, yes, I'm a boy more can be also. Na NDC by ye, woman boo on my first so. NDC by ye, one more, I'm my brabano, I get Diama Wamo. And this ibaye wama brabomu agredema womu na suo and they were sending signal and a warning to the president say one continue wanya bribia 3 months anio and bebuno mo my Ghana mu binom say wama twash Oman Mpuntuo presidency. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I don't buy that idea. Let me pray you sir. Yes owo what the enibre eneka ansa na aboatia owo wobeka nimpa no we de nibra na eka ne yese na nado dan kwakufado wambo oman no na nado dan kwakufado wama oman mu atawe na nado dan kwakufado wambo edwedufomba and all those things were propaganda. MC Amadas metwe free so all those allegations were propaganda against the NPP because 1% NPP co-opposition. But then omina kana si nyame na atwole nyame ene wa twole modu kamuna chicken dunia muna chicken dunia modu kamuna chicken Ghana wallahi modu kamuna chicken Ghana abubu ne de faru abubu ne de habku a chicken Ghana nga kowa ya gani de idonshi enumrai enkomo na enkomo so ha adwen send the form by 3 months womusu some aton omo free senior school at least say ejedi enya krampo no a aban ne say media metumi aboa wo na wo ba no wako free senior high school and they be make say senior high school mu and make decisions as to where we are going. This one to be a senior high school ya na o mabro no sabe say scan fear I know e mobo pa because obi am person be for adwumam say want to be senior high school obi am person be for adwumam. And when baby akoda be to make the decision as to where he or she is going, you know. Na na do dan kwakufado Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumiam ebomo moden eyede mo owufobia. And so dey see empe because of entro and ada and propaganda upon propaganda. And this for year and dem dey be aban just 3 months wo musu. But yama penny John Dramani Mahama Kasembi It was on Saturday. It was on Saturday. That is December 2013. During the inauguration of the Revival Restoration Center of the Assemblies of God Church, Roman Ridge, Accra. It was on Saturday, 2013 December. Yaman Penny and Day was a baby. What can I was a young Ghana for your short memory. Nanda, I'm here to prove to him, sir, we are no more the people are. No, Jane said 2013. Your short memory and that Yeniate from 2017 to 2024. Ghana for many beer all because of free senior high school. Into 2013 December Saturday, our catcher and say Ghana for a short memory. And to that Ghana for sunset the obey piano Ghana for and who into that the woman year. Now for the mere woman may baby prove. Adi ate man Penny John Dramani Muhammad never sabe biom say Ghana for se sia de any short memory MC for se video na ready a mo beto enroll no so de amame na nda videos upon videos na ya twen sem bi o kan ya bre bi abese kro na gina
you know, like I always say, Ghanaians have short memory. You can lie to them today and by tomorrow they will forget. Let us finish hard. Keep lying to them and get all the votes. The Ashantis are believing the lie and are coming out to support. So let's finish hard. For the security forces, let's manage them till we finish the election, then we can flash them out. Okay. You know, like I always say, Ghanaians have short memory. You can lie to them today and by tomorrow they will forget. Let us finish hard. Keep lying to them and get all the votes. The Ashantis are believing the lie and are coming out to support. So let's finish hard. You know, like I always say, Ghanaians have short memory. You can lie to them today and by tomorrow they will forget. Let us finish hard. Keep lying to them and
was a small kind, you know. But your sa audio way, and your doctored audio. A year 2013, December 2013, during the inauguration of Revival Restoration Center of the Assemblies of God, our Accra Roman Ridge, and our penny, Sabran December 2013. Ya to abama ni wie ye na sa ya to aba 7 December to 2013 mo na and I also be cast as me. And you know, a hunting up to now. And he thinks, Sister Nano, Ghanaians, we have short memory. The entire member who tears out audio and not show for Nino. And then they say, and on the 13th of March, and the finance minister, Dr. Kesratuma Forson, were there 2 bills, called Parliament. Now, Bako is about the e-levy, betting tax, emission levy, no? Say yenhwena yontumi enyi femfiri because na your boss abanu share during the campaign period na was say ye ne saa na ana mampani wasane bail no amande ye de koy mbra poni mana ayese e-levy betting tax ne emission levy we say tax no obi enu obebo ho wa antue bi wo man Ghana mu ha. So after the reading of budget, that's MCR, after the reading of budget 11th March, you know, and they Oman Mpuntuo assigning the bail. Parliament, so act of parliament now. It's an act of parliament. Oman Mpuntuo assigning us here. I see an edukwe upon him. All right. So on your screen, Oman Mpuntuo John Dramani Muhammad ne was signing bail ne we na what they extra cameras no. And yes, you be Emma Washe. But my man can be Kakra, still pictures ni be ended that so send himself for your mamma. Member studio and Chinaman Yura, Emmanuel Kobla Tokono Ebedin Como. Now, Mahama signs to abolish e-levy, betting tax, and others. So, President John Dramani Mahama has assented to a series of legislative bills meant to abolish several taxes, including the electronic transfer levy, that is e-levy, betting tax and emission levies or the emission tax. So this move aligns with the National Democratic Congress's commitment to alleviating the financial burden on Ghanaians, of which it is never true because sabe so we betting tax are any free Ghana for Ghana for the population no was in a bet Mr. President population no was saying Ghana near 30.8 First 31 million and 32 million. 30.8 million and 31 million and 32. Emudu was saying, and I am man, Emudu was saying, I am Barama. Meaning, there are some games a man from Hunshemu. It will be just few Ghanaians and ma and I'm don't measure betting. Sabi, maybe some see that word, but at least me saying bad. A responsible lady will not go into betting. Or ba sabi nala or nyimbra robo. No bobo brapa pebi da bo na busuafon. Bet rozi abade. Agi sembere me ya meka say so e game a ye ni je ho. Na ye de ho hihye mu. Na sabi Ghana ma do so sembere ma Ghana ma ye do so sembere ma. Enti population wise, you know, dodo saying and echo into betting. Even if I send them and pon a betting pa, and Barama dodo saying and echo into betting. Me and me take me in chabi that minimum and offer larger number of and Barama or more my Ghana a population no sense was a year and more. Dodo na yentabet. Dodwana entabet e wo manyim it is a we betting tax free Ghana for komo na wo de kwahye petroleum mu a another kwahye baby sector bi a e betumi enya negative impact or effect on the larger population ya then it means you are robbing Peter to pay Paul. Into no you tell mu bet in there o man penny o say koto man penny ya dio where you dey frey do but e be kwa kwahye baby dia ma me kan na no be ka say me say the interior minister Yera Muntaka Mubarak Muhammad ebe kan asem bi say ebe ya ke fa 10 pesos bi efa to petroleum so na M1 entumi fa retuli the Ghana National Fire Service ye fa retuli the Ghana National Fire Service into to fuel ya the 10 pesos be sa to so upon all the 11-13 taxes who 12 fuel no so no the interior minister say ye entumi retuli eya Ghana National Fire Service inti ya fa konkwahye fuel im because I wanted there a necessity fuel ube yusu ene obeto. And the Minister for Local Government, then Chief Justice Religious Affairs, Yera Ahmed Ibrahim so Wabeka say, na kabeya yen kreti sanitation fund bi, near for sanitation tax, and fan 2 Ghana for so, near for sescani nan fan him, nan to mwa, near for ye fear, a fear many Ghana for him when you fame through. And today, one more baby the taxes no, Ediura, but Ghana for because of my penidada, John Draman Mam and was a media buying, Sabra no car say, your short memory, and Tiafa dream the agro because even the Ashantis won't more believe those lies, and to know what they are dancing to their tune. Even the Ashantis, I believe those lies. Woman Ashantis, woman to sound trono, I say, so they were dancing to their tones or their tunes. And you need short memory. It is what my penica say. What we taxes, bit is emission levy, betting tax, and the diakani through one 11 noir. May Baba Chobi be say, and Nunti and Ghana has become a safe haven for this drug trafficking, money laundering. Oh, yes, because ye be at the CBDBano say. Ye taxes ye free ni assign some bill be managed by act of parliament but na assembly do man you more mano ye ko and that is drug trafficking and money laundering manya botre ebubu nsem no mu baako na na me no be din komo say yes ye to be the front ayoda no be say won nsem fa bebrebe because the NDC they are joking with our minds, they are joking with our conscience, they are joking with our intelligence, they are joking with our IQ, the intelligent quotient. They are joking with our mental quality. I tell you. And then Oman Mpuntuo and send me what I heated, no. Minority Fire press conference concerning this money laundering, any drug trafficking, no, any other issues. See February. Oman Mpuntuo person do when ebe katasokra. But me nyabotre me be yin baako just some few minutes. Now fei mabana me niera toko no be din komo. Now on smuggling NDC national security one make semi chain that is on February na menya bote atwe ne baako one so mo kan ni na ma trade ato paper so the first one in your say national security said they have made a massive bust seizing large unspecified amount of US dollars and Ghana cedis. Okay, so Ghana cedis, including counterfeits, in 12 containers. That is 20-foot shipping containers. They did kind of know. And this is in February. This is in February, or this was in February. Some way, February bosomeno. I run March and they were April 2nd, and the National Security operatives from the National Security Secretariat. What I catch and say, one more to large, unspecified, young to me encounter, young to me body, a dozen amount of US dollars. You're teaching the bond, baby, 20-foot container, shipping container, bako 12. Ghana cedis also account, but it is unspecified. You have to mean amount no do. Okay, and this is the first story. You take it to February. Also, the same February, they discovered boxes of heavy metals suspected to be gold bars. Into the same February, no, at the same location. I'm so track the call of uncle baby. I wanna go to the answer. So any power more a dear anymore. I'm here and 9. Woman a Jania, but could be in here, say an allergy. And I don't think concorda. One was hard or heavy metals beer. One was to say a skakoko. But my real free set, you need short memory because Saba we are by Pembiso, I'm a cocaine, and a new conte. Oh my God, and when time me boss are audio name I want to know, Sam Coma ye. What do I mean? Sing command say me tien your tramabe kanya. Obetia sepa. Then of course, short memory no my penny. John Dramani Mahama 2013. What can I say Ghana for? You short memory no. Not way in a qua. Not just say no crack. So short memory. Just follow what I am reading to you because I am somewhere National Security operatives from the National Security Secretariat. One kasabaka in February. So the container was tracked to a warehouse at Ofanko, where late night operations was conducted after a tip-off. So extra currencies also discovered when other boxes were opened. This story is in February and as some way about now me pesa wo 10 year wo kan na sintino menya botre ebubu nse wo kan mu na tot. National Security operatives involved in the operation disclosed that 2 more containers were being tracked, and the 2 more containers no track no. So in this case, 14 containers, 12 for the CZ and a 2 no so ya track say eba. Na ni na so no ma we say US dollars, Ghana cedis unspecified and hard metals or heavy metals suspected to be gold bars and a woman. All right. So ye be sound say Ghana for the bisa question way and also minority for a year press conference led by the ranking member on defense and interior at the parliament, Yera John Intim Fodio, member of parliament for Asen South. We beside this question, remember say, does the government and the NDC government intend to divert the 12 containers filled with gold cash, only to later claim the gold is fake and the cash is counterfeit? We beside this question. Say, NDC for Muba Abemu Bianua, yenya this drug trafficking issues, cases, and the money laundering. And NDC for no more say, one man was side away na and the National Security operatives, Sabi and your Okyeremaba Metie. Me appoint to womo e am penina nkofo binum a mo so page maybe aye and the mo reremu a it was so make a chair say omo to me seize this and ya. Then of course Ghana for bisa say Oman penny person wa divert all these 12 containers, shipping containers na gold sika ene enyoma woman no later be catch and say a fake and I say counterfeit na a question obisa all because one moment update BR since February up to now. National Security operatives from the National Security Secretariat. One moment Ghana for briefing BR since February. One moment update BR as to where this and your main FIA. But Ghanaians are wide awakening and Ghanaians are now descending. They say I do my BA thanks to Nanado Danko Kufado, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia, free seniors commander by Yenti, and then they be a cratch ni BR be a will be a fee. Cratch ni senior high school graduate we are dying obi obi fie because obi ade ne ba eko free senior high school ne bi. So these are the questions again is ebisa na eno so a emse mo ofani bi ni ade am between that to so concerning this issue sure and now also flight bi ebesi Kotoka International Airport na mamiya botrema was a cargo flight suspected to be carrying cocaine. It is here free gold, US dollars, Ghana cedis. I say counterfeit, be near there unspecified. Ma we mfi. And no so a press conference yera in team for John. As I tell my Ghana for the well-meaning Ghanaians. Ghana for a dream right. Yan dream left. No. What say? Thank you so much. So this one is also another case. A senior our NDC for a pencil. Another case. This is on the 4th of March 2025. Yeah, on the 4th of March, NIB intercept $350 million worth of cocaine in Cape Coast. And Western Regional Elko and Crime. And NIB for intercepted. Yeah, up to date. Nyanya update on this another case. This one. Nyanya update be on it. Up to date. Nyanya update be on this. And you can some tra. So sabi oba woni mu kwan ye. And you can watra oh man near the far woni ade but oko enkran Kotoka International Airport fighter by the dikan Ahmed flight NH23AM. You know, and you say a flight be a fire for. But as at that time, intelligence by ya minority niya intel no. Almost soon say na ya phobia nemom cocaine. And who did ye any sika money laundering any drug trafficking. Did ye didn't sumase. Kwan boni did ye and no almost so omudi be uremu. But as either say eba Ghana ha and I say NDC aba be muntino. Woman who said now Ghana is a safe haven for this drug trafficking and money laundering because these cases becomes rampant. A very rampant. A buswa manyim. And unti guarantee for your who say per the intel a woman yen investigations almost no. Trempe say no oyaphobia because someone found firephobia. Woman the bomb my Ghana on the 20th of March and a bed in 5 days. Our manyim. To 25th of March year at exactly 1 a.m. and a plane no a 2 year. Now does say yes sikadie di no kwambane so any drug trafficking in the bone edwadie and na was how enim. It's in the Ghana ha ye ni short memory bi mo ma pani nia eba ni na no essence ye ni short memory nti ye tu abono tofa ama Ghana for so ehunu bi atibi say Pan of person do my first because of mine no must have short memory no. Then of course we are very sorry for now. You need short memory. Now you need short memory. Intenumrei when you come out do be a now the final one I mean chat talk rana afei yakasa no ebeba just in a jiffy. But I think sir you to me abubo boss our pictures ne videos bi ne ade o to me ahebie na and the Ghana Medical Association for so esu Ghana Medical Association 101.3 wom so ekamu ma dey a yes here what tax waiver bi a eda aya vehicle importation so na Ghana Medical Association for them pese make am asem mponde but as MCA me pese make am asem mpo bebre ne because Ghana Medical Association NPP aban penso NPP amembuomu they were part of the organized labor. Ghana Medical Association wamu kra na meka se e ba no se demonstration upon demonstration any strike I also come call because of galamsey kono no mo say agina na do dan kwaku fado any Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia aju omunsam all because send no ka so be fight galamsey no we no to fight galamsey and nam suma nkrofo sabe wo mo wo the galamsey prone areas no wo mo e de hawa wodo and e de eba hospitals no and wachi wo mo nya super emfa nya adwuma e hospitals awodo and nti o man pani wanya biribi amfa for the fight against galamsey no then o make koso demonstration o make strike e wo manyim na so mo wie free say abandada ne penso somewhere a year March 2024 womu implemented biribi a friend tax waiver on vehicle importation started in July 2024 and so when this abamba they are suspending the tax waiver. They are suspending it. So on your screen, update to members on challenges with implementation of the vehicle importation duty waiver. Now can ni at least Ghana Medical Association members no edwuma mo ya bo man nti ka at least wo mo kra campo efro obi man so ba ya watuo bi won ya de duty yi bi mpa yin femfiri so mfama wo mo ya ye ama en ye fema wo mo omunya akontoye mu di adwuma because Ghana Medical Association workers no doctor ni nurse ni anebuafu why a threat to national security, I tell you. Because walk hospital one adwena nkasa wonyo wabom abodam wabom tonati wonala ya na na hwenu wala onde wala yibi pona da ho ombugiu on check on fa wonya hwe na mame kenka kakra. The National Executive Council of the Ghana Medical Association has noted with grave concern the continued suspension in the implementation of the vehicle importation tax waiver as contained in the condition of service for medical doctors and dentists in the public sector signed on 27th March 2024 and commenced in July 2024. The National Executive Council, that is NEC, met on Saturday 29th March 2025 to discuss these other related matters, especially our members whose vehicles have been stuck at the port, accumulating demurrage charges and risking confiscation and the restoration of the waiver. Members will recall that in a communication to members on 19th February 2025, we informed you of the challenges and requested that members who planned to use the waiver should hold with their applications while we resolved issues with the implementation of the vehicle importation tax. And so the mami trying to tiawa na me kan try say abawei mambebo Ghana Medical Association for abawei wase nia MPP ya bia no ba won so de ne de nanam entini wo yi ne omebebre de afiri wo twitwa ne omam entini that aya vehicle importation duty ayi tax na da so waiver ye yi de free so ma wo monam so tumi ayi o kan free port no abawei si da bi wa suspend it also ye de opeso wo ye wo wi atire no komo bia obia no ono mbedi. But I tell you short memory na ne wona yen kan ne omebi no ena say na eye adwuma na Dr. Frank Serebo president wono ena medical officer ne say na shase na Dr. Richard Salome general secretary dentist ne say ena shase tenumrei when come ho me no edi ho enkomo ewo Oman Mpuntuo dwumedio so on Untumi Radio 101.3 and Western Diamond TV. Into member fie na yembra medi enkomo. Nkofo bebre na allegations. We the message about me small some message bro but oya didi me matem. Mama catch him that say mu bi oya no oya kra say miss one. Tell me trust me didi atem radio because you obi atem. Udi matemu a eduma hihye nche se mindi watamum but se ne meka asem na obehun se be won so no afa ho kakra. All right, so mamimela fie na yemedi enkomme ne yewra Emmanuel kwabela toko no yemedi komo chief. Good evening.
Good evening.
Bakwa. O se ye bia
nyamena adum mu ye papa.
Ede ase oh yakopon adum mo ye pa. Na o ba se mis ba mini say authentic a
you go do
okay maybe I be fine constituency boko
nyamena adum Takoradi constituency de bibia boko ebi say ya de memfa Enchill sonko memfa the former Western Regional Minister and the MP for Takoradi constituency Honorable Dr. Kwabena Okyeremaba Mensa me regional executives and all constituency executives, especially the Takoradi constituency executive, the chairman Prince Atta, Honorable Prince Atta, I do not offend Chairman Bona. Now first vice chairman, Chairman Basti. Minyoka say Sisi Okufurudia. Wow. Weekendi in a yebe jane papa. Yebe jane wakosha do bofu nsa. Sana entire nyamena had my weekend di ayin na yewo Takoradi constituency di. But to mark the 80% will be in Kufurudia to support our brother. Very hard working. I mean, MPP Funyina and Ghana for worship and area break.
Very well. And you know, but my message in Umbrana, ya Jibra can candy amount on 0248071174. 0248071174 na yebeje brani akenka dia ma Facebook nso kwa na we press your comment no so ewo ho vero now yen share the CD4 that is your exchange rate, you know, and as I speak to you now, first quarter of the 2025 and this amembu no sisiano dollar na CD ni pa wo gwa wo bono papa a wonya phobia now CD no atiako from 5.3% against the dollar in the first quarter of 2025. Now Bank of Ghana $1 a year 16 cedis as I speak to you now. And this can send be find exchange rate, even they will compare you to 2013 mobile 2016 na dollar year 4 cedis 20 pesos na this na that to the extent say people for modu koya meduru baby crown na asa ho kire abomanyim first quarter Mpuntuo chief mami jewe
brother Mr. Sam Dawasi the menim no Ghana ha
to me FM 101.3
yeah the foreign exchange dollar Ghana cedi euro Ghana cedi pound sterling Ghana cedi yeah that your politics are for so many years motuma kade both political party whether the madina propaganda they've benefited from it electorally and so clearly obiare hu there so obano fuel prices cedi dollar exchange rate issues look no government in obotumo abagana in them reye wom sisi ana wakade ono oba abenima the cedi the depreciation of the cedi
101.3
will not contribute to the higher price of fuel abani bia ni obotuma aye demanding
very well
but of course abani bi botum wa your policies are obama the rate at which are madam cedi no need depreciation or contentem nti ebo hu the MPP wo ba benim 2017 about 2020 the rate at which an cedi or depreciating no you're very slow to the extent that the then vice president one of his lectures okay on good management of the economy in the IGP will arrest the cedi and our arrest the dollar.
Yeah.
Because policies and programs were put in place on man cedi no ordinary depreciation or you slow
very well
until the COVID bear or man you fear if COVID na nyama started the oil then origin sim or Ukraine war or then some other bear but of course the opposition then the NDC pounds on this difficult situation no propagate so many things and in the minds of the Ghanaian people no what the NDC were saying they think was right and as a result of that no ba benima wonye say from January 7th up to now
yeah
you able to me the NDC one should implementing major economic policies
okay
one should implementing major economic policies two one should bullet payments
payment mode
to be today road contractors
sure
suppliers one should those bullet payments
okay
but ninyina na chiri no na for January February March by next month ending I wonder when your suppliers for the Christmas holidays they will have to start paying their foreign counterparts
okay
so that what the nyama bro no the Easter it's the first quarter I see the depreciated by 5.3% no it's understandable
okay
because government now new government into answer obey any major bullet payment be at least although make sure they were preparing a new budget for the next 9 months you know where he's getting the money from the payment and other obey into the economy no mean you can say economy no why is slow
sure
to the extent that another exchange rate inflation reduced by I think
22.8 now about 22.4 TFS by
4.4% you know all is because of that
okay
so now the real meat will come home during the second quarter where major banks in the country will be one annual general meeting will be declare one profit Obe send the sika transfer of huge sums to their shareholders and to their directors. You know, and then some obeba today on rough estimate, the average MTN is about 2 billion Ghana cedis.
Okay.
When you change that to a year, it's over $200 million.
Okay.
When you put all of those in a Ghanaian businessmen like Guta, and you know, the tier one suppliers, they will need a lot of dollars.
Okay.
In the pressure of a Besidi.
Okay.
The pressure Besidi into a lot of cities will be chasing few dollars into Obama price no item. So the city will be forced to depreciate. They should prepare themselves from now, 2nd April to middle of May. That is where major depreciation occurs. Now, the policies now they were that because the American or a new government economic policies in be on but yeah, man, number 5.3. I'm expecting the CD to depreciate further in the second quarter.
How is it because of Nyuma pa bandada ni yedi guo and then I reflect because once na odi nkan kan aban ba no one share dan ye bibia e betumi akasa na
membu payment on your economic policy.
Yes.
Sisi ano e was end the day in that president mama wa sign most of the tax cancellations he will be finally sign the appropriation bill at parliament will pass. So now we can hold the government to full account of every economic challenges Now the first quarter, yes, able to be holding, but not too much because I want to year or prepare at least within a period of 3 months, you should expect that we put the government in place. Now the government is in place. The chief executives are working. Now he will be appointing board of directors. Some of the boards in will appoint. Bibrinano are appointed, so they will be doing a lot of implementation, like the gold board. And the taxes are which so the next 3 months will be a huge challenge for the government because that will be the foundational policies of his program. I'll be implemented. A lot of contractors will be demanding for money. Contractors also demand that both foreign and local contractors will demand that some of one machinery now they will use on credit basis over a period of time. Into only about 5 million Ghana cedis. 20 million Ghana cedis. Although make sure the way to the bankers now they are all foreign countries and those is in dollars. So now the main focus now is the economic policies of the government.
So mamema ye tie fon so a acha me ye wo fom kakran so yantia se say o ma pani John Drama na mama ba ye won share da ani dwumadie bi a menka na sa no nipa na ntia se ebema wodi sika pudio bi mpo e je rural sector bi a ebetumi amana aka so sisi a no say road contractor bi mpo na so o man sika bi a na say road contractor no say o tuatua the bankers bi no ka na say foreign wo mo no mo gutawde amahodo so a no be hia dollar no say dollar no hia no bebre a sabda no na akoye say enumemu so ebe betre amamuo no se na esi ekro because sia no ngofo be hia dollar no more nti ebe ma yen sidi ni yen dollar no so no yes nti anu de be hu no na ho to a
obotumo ye adwuma na anado ontumi ye adwuma no the membred roko no na ebu hu
na say agro de be different na power chama de hu no bi an
say first 3 months impo pressure nimuno on put the city depreciated by 5.3%.
Yes.
So the second quarter expect more because definitely there will be some bullet payments coming ahead.
Now momo see esikra yehwe na araba na mode na
and say no dey say economy no dey on American we are bringing me say paying bi no your former CEO one of the say say kwat na egonuma office hwa na what the management of the economy and at this particular sector what the more said now you have to make the decisions when your directors are bringing those reports they'll make decisions na when they sana agro no onyema work on position bebrebe no ono what ye adwuma abre kwatena ho ntebo menye sure dey abakọ ECG nsansan you will see all these things will be at play. Damn not kind of simple. President Mahama so obey ye levy. Emissions tax was not implemented, but also by council. Obey COVID tax. So COVID tax we.
And the
COVID tax we. Why? Because he has to let the Ghanaian people believe there. Promise on making or 3 year juma. Now so when to my friend in juma. Today they are silent on the COVID levy. Many uncle and this because they COVID away from so nice sir. Yeah, Gigi Nuska can offer at any soon. Akufa the nitrim soon. Based on the campaigner and this for running. Because President Mahama said the same thing. Also, COVID levy is useless.
Yes.
Today, COVID levy is useless. I prepare our first budget. There's going to be in view.
Simple say opa abua na akire no nya akire no hobon.
Yeah.
Say abua no pe na akire no.
So,
when you say no hobon
because he knows that in taking off those e-levy na no ka won add in taking off those that's so you COVID levy so ka one. The whole of creating it will be so deep. It will be very difficult the overfill. So but I feel like you don't introduce new taxes. Until now no ame marker miss economy in January to March was slow.
Okay.
Because there was a new government. Until the depreciation of the city will be slower. But going forward from now, June ending, expect to see. Lending rate, Bank of Ghana, 1 prime rate, will increase from 27 to 28.
Wow.
100 percentage point. Yeah. In other words, commercial banks what loan or Bank of Ghana. No what are you juma loan no buy it.
Since you want the best one.
This is first not 27. As at now since you're 28. Into our ordinary Ghanaian businessman, the commercial banks. Make a commercial banks. It's not only commercial banks.
Other banks na casino.
They are casino. Eko one ekwaje loan in sihuno obokoso. So in other words, doing business now is more expensive than Akufo-Addo defeat power no. Now going for money from bank is expensive than don't forget also the government also in 7th January no, up to end 31st March. Wabobusia a little over 70 billion
from the domestic market.
Bonds.
Yes.
Domestic market.
Yes.
So now he's crowding out the private sector. Sika private sector for anko obotum wenya no wada ye adwuma no ono abano. Why then? Why jinu 70 billion? And there is no bank in Ghana. No bekede individual be pesca or die manufacturing. No one long-term loan, maybe 5 years and 7 years. Na Ghana abano so leba beji the miss cannot die loan. Bank no the mona.
Remember Ghana ban.
Ghana ban. So now I will into what the Ghana ban no on so no the to and the loans in that. Until the manufacturing company, the industrial sector Omanumudo they are unable to create room for the youth to get jobs to do. Into abana lebo busembe brebe what domestic market na hunde you are indirectly creating unemployment.
But you see, the monetary policy rates of Bank of Ghana no. Ese mean you knew, but I'm some person me check say am pa because 27% here now say and so T 27% after NPP fra bemu. Now say this by ya.
Ako 28.
In this case, you know. Bank of Ghana, that is the monetary policy rate. The commercial banks, and universal banks, 28%. To also quadria, not need the account. In general, you must be to 35%, 40%,
and it's even based on your performance at the bank.
Well, look at this
because bank be a risk level. No way determine them loan no for more and no for more. So what's your risk level? You're high. The bank no free they are dead require no. So the prospects is greater. No what dream they can even decide to give it to 39%. So loan become expensive. It's in a who there when anytime an MPP or Benumuno, they try to bring in foreign direct investment more into the country. Into about 2017, 2018, 2019, until COVID strike, the best destination for foreign direct investment in West Africa was Ghana.
Yes.
Even Nigeria was second before Ivory Coast. Why? All the foreigners want to come and invest in Ghana. It is said what discover more. Then government does not put pressure on the domestic banks, so that the private sector can
nice one. And
you know, two different political parties with two different philosophy.
Okay.
It's that the Ghanaian economy was around 520 billion.
Yes.
As at Ofi Power, no, our Bank of Ghana, where you won last year, no, was Ghanaian economy will increase to 1.2 trillion. Actually, economy no more way. Only thing World Bank and IMF work at the look. President Mahama came to meet a resilient economy. Economy and nyamade da kwan into follow the pattern.
Very well.
And in this I mean you can say there are two projects and a World Bank of Warrior Ghana was suspend. Would not do the 200 million what the them projects because of decisions of this government. The World Bank, you know, me assure that by tomorrow morning the story will break for everybody to report on.
Nice one. But I say, but you should fuel prices there. I did be a buy then because I buy need control of fuel pricing.
It's a fuel pricing. Radio PR. Oh yeah, three major things.
Okay.
You know, cause the increase.
Okay.
The first one is the increase in the world market prices. Sure. Oh no, I'm be a new do too.
Yes.
And I have to stock fuel for a very long time. Unlike the Americans and the Singaporeans, I don't know. Ghanaian you to stock fuel. In Tankoya the man and fuel prices oko low oko fuma. Or they to stock more. So that surprisingly increase then you push in.
Yes.
Mass stocking at cheap price.
Yeah.
But you into me here the man no. You actually 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That is the world market price. The second one is the taxes are ayan aban nankasa order to do. And in this year, the Minister for Interior is suggesting there you for 0.50 pesos. You found two fuel prices to do per liter.
10 pesos or 50 pesos. Yes.
You found two fuel prices per liter. So that you use the miscanone the resource or your Ghana National Fire Service.
Sure.
The second leg is the taxes we put on the fuel. Abanibia oye. If you try to reduce it, Akufa the first time he tried to reduce some of the tax so that they can maintain it. Then the third one is the depreciation of the cedi. Because the cedi depreciator, you'll be compelled because fuel net on $1.
Yes.
About on the cedis.
Sure.
If you are not cedis into dollars. The man Dr. Mahmoud Baumia who there no. We can use gold as a chipping board.
Yes.
Get to gold near stock. Now when I was supplying the fuel, no, you want to negotiate. Time so. Not we are not going to change cedis into dollars and pay. But we give the cedis to Bank of Ghana.
Not that to gold,
not that to
locally.
Gold, no. Locally or cedis.
Yes.
It's not in dollars. So you will not be fighting for dollars. But unfortunately, this government was why then was suspend those policies. Well, the gold board will be the alternative. It's it is a yaban. Nase a slow the depreciation of the cedi. You also slow the increase in fuel prices.
Sure.
It has a correlation.
Yeah.
It is a entuma da munyamani nyina no economy no be den obejiwusim. Sisia this quarter here, the second quarter. Say abano amfane na esi fom entem. Na some nkofo start where your payment na nkofo start was so your one suppliers na de kawa. The cedi will depreciate and it will have a direct influence in the price of fuel. I'm the even report or by the Accra will be increased fuel.
From now to I think it's
Friday.
From April 2nd and up to Friday, yes.
The fuel price was increased, but as to the percentage increase, we don't know. And we increase, obviously transport operators will begin to demand for price.
But correction, I think from April 1st and run up to 15th.
Yeah.
Until 2 weeks. I did more motion some to fuel pricing.
Yeah.
And you know,
increase it.
So I think some say petrol no 2%
increment.
Yes, increment. And it's about 15 is 20 pesos. It depends on Obia but for this one, you are buying it and well, no. But I'm saying OMC ni na omaja to me so meye. But say OMC sa who do be muji to me there. Petrol no 2%. And diesel 1.1%. And I think say LPG there no.
I believe that
yes.
Going forward, no. Se toye to me ye juma Ghana ban to me ye investment. No to munya storage facilities. No to was store a lot of fuel. Because say if store to what on fuel ABS some can by $90 per barrel at the world market price. As a result of that, your fuel price is around 15. Let's say a scanner and a supplies over to more than more. For a period of 6 months. Now was storage able to store fuel for the next 6 months. Price no increase within the 6 months now. It will not affect your pump prices heavily. But I am too. Because it's kind of on because you run a deficit budget continually. Then my president, I'm why in the budget to obedi 290 billion in 9 months. Why not? Why you? Why you she share the obedi 290 billion in the next 9 months? How the next year? You met the finance minister on Saturday or update Ghana full on how we used our taxes for the year 2025. 290 billion. Everyone will do 320 billion.
Nice. I mean, say you're right. Mano kabla tokonu and what is say? Well, because he is the Western Takoradi constituency secretary na. Wabeko position be HD no. Ebeka wasema we fidi mu hana. MC amumame. Yeah, my mum did draw markets. I hold one down. So my friend MPP, one of my Dr. Had Mahmoud Mamia because one more I sacrifice all my free senior high school. Oh, Edema Mukalano, Edia Quaco, doom so. Mufasa video in Mamma Fay, Yefin Umbra, a baby didn't come out from your doom so yao, ECG, one contain a bio over 1,300. Yes, Ira. Na 706 being so and I think it's the NI before him say. Is it national security? I'm here say abandon between more coin. Now more to me, yes, national security. No more to me, I evacuate Edia call at Belempe and one now on warehouse on a war. Yan just saba wendi into no more car. Yes, so because containers 2,500 plus. Now you to make you more 1,350 something. Are you know in your time you too? Yenya CCTV cameras footage is being to say when and the minister in charge of energy was directing it to the previous government said 2019 and when you tracy go we say a flash here in the NPP abandon mujia containers your security experts my God gentlemen kasa security experts baby wo woman to me kasa are we not demanding for any footages be a say ampa okay some people from Podoko we are impa ye for mufambra kwanso ye nya bibia sa ene ye blame ye ho blame games in kwanda cause of my Ghana mu a ene ye see am akonya no mo evacuate 706 containers ECG containers e fa kwa Berlin do say me dey akra me mo sa Berlin po e won mo warehouse no mo ma video na a good phone band say one more few people say go ma be magu 3 months so na mo obi na kana say kakra be ka wani amohu ne ya samo so for sebe yes so hey attend ye pa o but if you adwena nko so 2013 no say o short memory na the Ashantis your mujitum into no frase e da so the tune of the NDC in 2013 yenti ano somra.
You know, like I always say, Ghanaians have short memory. You can lie to them today, and by tomorrow, they will forget. Let us finish hard. Keep lying to them and get all the votes. The Ashantis are believing the lie and are coming out to support. So let's finish hard. For the security forces, let's manage them till we finish the election, then we can flash them out. Okay. You know, like I always say, Ghanaians have short memory. You can lie to them today, and by tomorrow, they will forget. Let us finish hard. Keep lying to them and get all the votes. The Ashantis are believing the lie and are coming out to support. So let's finish hard. For the security forces, let's manage them till we finish the election, then we can flash them out. Okay. You know, like I always say, Ghanaians have short memory. You can lie to them today, and by tomorrow, they will forget. Let us finish.
Mr. Tokonu, me boy video initially no say, na papa say mo san no kan no. Ah, san no kan no. But ya fi agina nkoso. We rating and phone we say short memory.
Yeah.
Na even the Ashantis and what to mo say kind of for short memory. Into no master Takora DNDC ashade so and security apparatus no ye na ye su omo na ye and somebody do can be be. But there ECG containers and emu be 1003 plus the ayera. Now you see nyam 40 bino mo kan say many ade other stories are trooping in near there. For now national security force so siki that is request so to evacuate from Tamaport to Agbelempe. That is their warehouse baby one near there. But questions are minority one more year press conference and one be with regards to even not the container alone but and this by some of the cocaines, some money launderings, some drug traffickings, our woman to intercept binum, woman to confiscate binum near dear. Yeah, any update be on that? And you know, even the minority, the ranking member on interior and defense, you know, 24 bisa say, is it that your man Penny John Dramani Mahamba per se? And they what do we know te baby na or chinebi or becca oh scan crana counterfeit. Now when crana ye na what am I mean you? Minim say story no we ready that. I meet you.
Radio PR me da say.
What to me 101.3
NDC President Mahama governance na war ye no warrior ma niniminyam widen wa befom niniminyam no so befom a Ghana na ye suffer na Ghana ye suffer no che the individuals e work country no no na ye suffer. Look, first minority press conference a year led by Honorable Reverend Intim Fojo, the minority spokesperson on the ranking member for the minority in the Defense and Interior Committee in Parliament.
Sure.
Mamumba na abado. Why ye juma ankasa ankasa. Why there? Onye the way you want to know if nyama orokodo often the insecurity in the nyama orokodo no. Na won bibia no why nhihye a wo draw President Mahama ni attention. First mami ncheme bi mamfa Electricity Company of Ghana. One containers was the Minister for Energy Obekan there Wayo from 25th of March.
Sure.
Ame me betina one radio edu. Abra one nominatee John Abdullah Jinapo. No started the Olakasa. Betina no osika no otina we.
Sure.
Na me catch osika there. Kasa bebrebe ya the ministry ori. One of the most important and baby sika offer pa your Ministry of Energy.
Okay.
Ghana. Because all the agencies are all under Ministry of Energy no. Sika sam no no mu ye dru. FECG ɛfa VRA, ɛfa Ghana Gas, ɛfa GMPC, ɛfa Bidam, ibekeka ho. The kind of sika offer ono oni sika kakraba. As a result of that, no, ebohu de ahwana wonne ECG na them agencies ni ya ye dwuma no. Oye sika kese. Say ECG ma contract there. What per cables? Ebe armor cables. 5,000 meters. Wolile and now 200 kilometers and 100 kilometers, 50 kilometers.
Okay.
Nti se ebe ye minister. Na se enya buta na makasa di wenima. Demu problem ya ECG for was 1,328 missing containers. Oh yeah. Ame motuma akade dem containers on your way.
Oh,
containers on your way.
Minister the report about say
containers on your way that.
From 2019, I say MPP first. I say
containers on your way.
Wow.
No quarrel woman in there. The energy minister, John Abdullah Jinapo, did a very bad job.
Okay.
He did a very bad job.
To me, 101.3.
Containers no saying. Tamaport, one of the most highly protected area, security zone in Ghana. Or yeah, the Tamaport and Takoradi ports.
Okay.
The end to me you container be a port war. 1.3. Say to me you container no the area container na or organized crime.
Okay. Let's say binumuna
what friend conspiracy.
What conspiracy? Okay.
What conspiracy? What contra boom? No, what's the madi them containers ye ni ye ria. And all you done because Ghana Port and Harbors, Ghana Shippers Authority, Customs, Police, Senyamanumpo or Yada FDA, and EPA for and Standard Board. I want you now.
The national security class. So
national security will be the last people in the national security, the customs. Finally, Nyamano Nagapua. Finally, Nyamano way bills and documents will be in about the gates. You are the one who to the gates now.
Okay.
For you to be able to take one container out of the port, there where we are not ready or yeah organized crime.
Yes, it could be true because Okachire say, yeah, transition from the MPP to the NDC. One call port, you know, say 2,500 containers.
Yes,
and I ban that and cry through ECG.
And it is true that a ban. Nanado dan kwaku fado na ban and the ECG.
Yes.
Politics into no propaganda into and they want to bring the central government into it.
Yes.
But every institution be a new procurement.
Yes.
For me, for now, I'm not interested in whether the procurement will use the right procedure and what is important is that at the end of the day, the containers arrived in Ghana.
Yes.
The containers arrived in Ghana. ECG, so far as I speak now, the former ECG boss, Dubik Muhammad, lawyer, yeah, has also container one point away, container in our port war. Now the question is, Obanadan, because it's a ECG worker container, so we no be the ECG of the port war, because containers no so our port or one is him.
So
our okay. Our customs one same, our national security one same. Only ECG for one same. Unless the way you containers no, they book ECG for one warehouse and some will make it a ECG for.
Yes.
Into for ECG containers our ports. We'll hand it over what the man John Jenapo and our NDC aban. All along. Now, John Jinapomba Kade contain a problem be until Nankasako inspection ports. No be catch there. ECG has about 3,000 containers at the ports. I said Ghana full there. Oh, ampa. Even about 3,000 containers, it can be higher, it can be lower. One year specific, but I say about 3,000 containers. I will find 3,000 and 2,500. He went further to at Parliament or Parliament House of the Republic of Ghana.
Okay.
No, quite there. ECG for war kono wo containers by 3,000. Wo ports, transformers, cables, meters, adapters was the one ECG one yama we use what do you need about 3,000 or now there ECG for what credit yama no one way support one my watcher time all the way you went to me my wire cow my counting is over 1 billion Ghana cedis. That the only problem Minister of Energy my Ghana for there the cost is demurrage.
Yeah.
Problem why bad no yeah demurrage will go to Amona. What you am yeah Gapua.
Okay.
What you am Gapua. What you am Aban. Gapua ya Abanadia.
Sure.
Iti oya ECG oya Abanadia. Iti demurrage aba. Government they can sit down. Of course, certain percentage go to the I want containers in one day.
Yes.
Empty containers.
Okay.
So we want your man containers on a shipping line there.
Okay.
And you cannot bring out the container a shipping line for one man release. If demurrage was the problem, then so be it. Only for 2 weeks. John Jinapo Oko Parliament kakere ECG with them containers no. Nyama no happen. 2 weeks after that, no see. Committee on was setting on the 31st of January. Wako check containers na. Containers no was short. Containers no was short by 1,328. Now, brother, mama onye may be ever shock. Yeah.
101.3.
Yes, Abu Jinapo, John Jinapo, Kadama Samono. Na nyamalo kodu onich. 31st no set committee no.
Okay.
The one share ECG, one procurement na nyama na dia or kodu ni nyina. By the 12th of February.
Okay.
Na national security. What throw letter? What that come Ghana Port and Harbours Authority.
Okay.
Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. 12 share date no.
12 February.
12 February. That time no. In a committee na John Jinapo said no. One for one report in May.
Okay.
One we report no mpo.
Okay.
One call one rounds in we. In the national security. What throw the Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority there. Omo Mpuntuo evacuate 240 of the ECG containers to one officer or one warehouse or Agbelempi National Security. Yes, 240. Onon Kwancheno by the 7th of March. No sent another letter to the Director General of Ghana Port and Harbour Authority. The one son no one son one evacuate 706.
Okay.
Of the containers. Or the only be in a boma or 946.
Okay. The MC met me project is a letter na me ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, course one.
You read in Ghana. Fan minim so read at Ghana.
Oh, Ghana or better screen is into read the
okay. Sure. Confidential.
Okay.
From National Security Secretariat.
So I'm better so near me.
And I was say the Director General, Ghana Port, it has addressed to the Director General, Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, 7th of March, 2025.
Sure.
Request for assistance to evacuate 706 ECG containers. This year, yalo.
The MC more fantasy na.
Then, also the letter read us say, you are kindly informed of plans to evacuate the list of attached containers. What the container numbers now
okay.
Belonging to the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, to the Agbelempe warehouse of the National Security Council Secretariat.
Okay.
2. Meanwhile, all port charges be suspended on the said containers pending the outcome of ongoing investigation of same. Into not only there, the Minister for Energy wali investigation, but I want to them containers in you. Meanwhile, now investigators no one can containers no port.
Okay, now committee no crime for report. But now we must try to
one containers in every port already no way 12 February no we kɔ yi
but omo ho kwa mo nko yi dey because
yes we nti owie na okope hwe no say owie na say regards this letter was written by Osman Abdul Razak, National Security Coordinator. No copy shadow.
Yes.
Nyama no containers no ehwana dia.
By ECG
no. Who had then taken over ECG?
Samuel Dubik Mahama.
No. Now.
As
the Minister for Energy.
Yes.
Now so she letter no. They only copied Honorable Minister, Ministry of Transport. 2, Commissioner General, Ghana Revenue Authority. Why? Because although your taxes binade want to muntia into the national security was when they never copied the Minister for Energy. So the Minister for Energy was not even aware the national security will evacuate containers if you port.
Yes.
They never were aware. 2, another one. What you know? Interestingly, the Minister for Energy himself, the Minister for Energy himself, in a letter dated 19th February 2025, that time no committee now was set in one for reporting mail. No committee no one one eduma. Na nankasa so or requesting or through a letter or the command the Superintendent of Police, Marine Port and Railways Department, Ghana Police Service. No requested there. One clearing agent met no only 75 of the containers, ECG containers. No. You see, in America, I believe, look, the Madi or your organized crime. As I sit here, I don't believe the national security. I don't believe the energy minister. I don't believe the clearing agent. I don't believe custom officials. I don't believe Gapoa. I don't believe them. The president will have to institute a forensic audit. The president, John Jina, upon him now, what's mentioned? No, institute an independent inquiry into the whole saga, ECD saga, to unravel the conspiracy. Because it's curious. The national security Minister for Energy now was set committee what throw letter no we containers no porter one copy ECG fumpo.
Yes, I'm wondering because on the same yes, on the same 12th of February now what can one so February, right?
Yeah.
And also I'm some penny appointed a new director no.
Yes.
You're Julius Bankana.
Yeah. Of Gapoa Director General.
I make ECG mpo. ECG yeah appointing new director.
It was throw letter one copy ECG.
No more
so
new
how
director.
Would ECG even know? There one containers no national security where ye fee. Port war.
Because the make us say director no ho because now fina o hye ne nyama. But that one appointing new director. At least mbet a copy ECG.
Yeah. Even at least in Poche, them letters, at least even so, you need to know, friend then. National Security Secretariat and our National Security Coordinator, and letter no. He never even say ECG Fumpo ni Director General or don't copy the Energy Minister, nor copy the Chief of Staff. For them to know that this is the decision we have taken. American actors, yes. So that they will know. John Jina upon the letter not Troy now. Or my mate company in way 75 of the containers. At least John Jina po Orieno. Orieno occupy the Chief of Staff, Jubilee House. Occupying.
Are you saying the Minister for Energy so attrocata?
Minister for Energy so attrocata. Letter date 19th February 2025.
19th.
Oh, mama can in natural.
Container no say I no.
Messi.
Because story no about March.
I say I say the energy Ministry of Energy.
Yeah.
This letter was signed by the Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapo. No say Okope, the Superintendent of Police, Marine, Port and Railways Department, Ghana Police Service, TEMA. Because ECG containers ni bi wo hɔ a ɔhyɛ Gapoa fo wɔn nsa.
Yes.
Ibi so wɔ hɔ a ɔhyɛ GRA fo wɔn nsa. into Ocho no say subject request for immediate clearance of 75 containers owned by the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, at the port.
My confused.
Yeah. It's in America. I say reference is made to the directive dated 30 December 2024. 30 December na MPP abana or power.
Sure.
Nti woma directives be.
No, 30 December na MPP na power.
Na MPP were power. 30 December 2024.
Send you to about 7 December.
Ya to abe but MPP na were power.
Take over for yes, January 17th.
Nti there was a certain directive. One reference the directives letter no. No, issued by the Marine Port. The Marine Port for no them letter no. Port and Railways Department of the Ghana Police Service in Tema, the Ghana Revenue Authority, Customs Division Tema.
All right.
Was instructed to prohibit all clearing agencies except Dawat Bond Limited from clearing containers or consignment belonging to ECG.
Okay.
This directive impacted Myth Logistics Limited because ECG were two companies and we want
okay.
Dawat and Myth Logistics.
Okay.
Now what directives gave the authority to Dawat to do the clearing, but Myth not on to me. Until what refer to Abu Jinapo, John Jinapo, or refer to them. Say the directive impacted Myth Logistics Limited, one of the clearing agents engaged by ECG to manage the clearance of containers or consignment on behalf. As a result, the company was unable to clear 75 containers out of the port to the ECG warehouse necessary to finalize the operation. Given the urgent necessity of these materials for power supply, we respectfully request your assistance in facilitating the clearance of the 75 containers. Managed by Myth Logistics Limited, currently held at the port. These containers have been paid in full.
Okay.
However, their release is still pending due to the existing directives that was given on the 30th. We request our directive to be issued to the relevant authority to facilitate the immediate release of these containers as their extended stay at the port is causing unnecessary delays. Sign all these things signed by Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo, Minister for Energy.
Okay.
So this I mean okay say at least there national security for you 240 of the containers.
Yes.
Was I ye on the 7th was I ye 706 containers. I come point 946. John Jinapo directives almost 75 of the containers. And they come about 1,121.
That's a container or more.
Was I back there? 47 or said Dibisu Indian warehouse. No, what can they be so Chinese warehouse be? Well, my brother, look, in all of this, I mean, Mekade, John Jinapo, initially, he thought he was coming to do politics with these challenges so that the MPP government will look bad. For me, he has messed up. And Americans would say he has screwed up.
Okay.
We screwed up. Look, governance, oh, you're dim. Into one focus of a no, what your governance. One chance.
Very well.
It's about appeal to the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Omenenyankwa ECG. The more problems we encounter. Non set up independent commission of inquiry, so that they can bring in the past government officials. No, today Dubik Mahama, the director of procurement and the estate director. Not knowing there, what work initially was there, John Jinapo there. He doesn't understand why. When the estate director or head of director of procurement.
Okay.
Not knowing ECG, no director of procurement, no director of estate.
Okay.
And services. One merge these two departments. One merge, no one make it a co-director. Okay. No deputy.
So
for me, I believe the energy minister did not handle the affairs well, the communication well. He spoke too early without having better understanding of the situation at hand. Only to one of problem in our
so opposition no feel say opposition
no one giddy. He wants to take over.
But some you could to black on because on nanka otumi yes ahwehwe mu no flight what because flight ebesi kotokai ene containers how do cocaine what you who say flight
kotoka what the cocaine center evacuation center
but I say mama obiam why mama obiam na time na aya na yetumi aka good board no aya na yetumi aka because cocaine yakewi another kakra beso na mempeke kwa because
the truth is that cocaine is one substance. So obedi intintima wo mema or the dinban no the bra man.
Okay.
Oma nkofo a wo ska wo pede wo ye good investment wo country no ontum omba. Inti abra national security of the Republic of Ghana led by the current national security coordinator Abdul Razak Osman. What can I watch about 12 containers with gold bars? Nesika dollars, cedis. Almost 2 months in it.
Yes.
What kind of yantu muhibium? What's what alaji be?
What's alaji no eli?
Na alaji o edinu wa Ghana. Alaji is a title. I wear komeka bano from alaji. So alaji the OP wa ha. Now so based in the 2 months. If it Akufo-Addo na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no Ghana, where president of the Republic of Ghana, in a wakwachi gold bars, 12 containers with sika dollars and cedis. No watch alaja. Ghana yabakwa. Less than 1 month. No wasan on the Takoradi Cape Coast Highway.
Oh, yes, 350 million worth of dollars.
350 million worth of cocaine.
Yes, dollars.
Watch it. What Bob din, but as a principal person, I mean, ebony dinner on Cherry Pakrono, as someone one day, but one confirm the honor no cocaine in Yanadia. Oh, yeah, citizen of Sekeni Takoradi.
Former, you know.
What's why Yanadia 350 million worth of cocaine? National security watching to them cocaine or in this year. Nipakrono Yanadia, no watching another one. Driver na no transport no over here. Car na what cheap them cocaine wom no car no over 2 months ni. National security one board one can be bia amfa ho.
And the
NPP minority one has more kind there. National security come and update us.
Okay.
On na one link 2 flights. 2 flighter Ofi Canalis Island. Look, I want to Spain, Las Palmas. I want to cocaine hub.
Okay.
Almost every week, every month, every year. Watch the scores of cocaine from Venezuela, from Colombia. Debia, watch one. What did be so then? What did film? Or a European distribution cocaine distribution center.
Okay.
And he said, flight if you are direct, Noba, Ghana, will be the 13 days.
No, almost 5 days. From 20th to 25th March.
Two flights.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 13 days.
Okay.
Oba. Noko. National security one cocaine no asam. Cocaine $350 million. $350 million. Gold 12 container 20-feet containers asam na eliko. My brother. Asam no dika.
Man pick across me brother.
And some wom.
Yes sir.
Intino or the national security why and tam Ministry of Interior Defense one brief Ghanaians na because you pay the Ghana you beji din bon.
Okay.
President Mahama Aban you put also seed into yellow bon. Into MPP Aban and MPP party led by the minority in parliament. They will raise the issues, demand answers, transparency. Number other ya buama Oman okonenim no. Na ya buama wakonenim.
Look at me dance say mesa ba obi na me pick few course in the enumere na afei yenja de aka no so emfa ento aso. I say hello, we are just pleading with the President Mahama to help One more phrases, okay, the man pick a corn in Miansa. Now, can say, oh, yeah, message, I'm more come on, can cry. Very well, so 0248 0711 74 0248 071174. Into on your screen, 0248 071174. Murem na ending komo enne enumre on Oman Mpuntuo media so on. Won't be radio 101.3 and Western Diamond TV. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Mbasho to say you.
Nyame adumo me ho ye pa na so e.
Nyame adu me so me ho ye.
Na me ti o.
Me di puku a me free me kase free we ne ba.
Na me ti o.
Me ba cho. Na wo bo video bi asantefo no edwedufo ma no. Omusu. So do munya nsun yo. Ye beto aba me MPP ni mapa. Me jai medjuma to almost 2 months and 2.5 months. Me we kwa misi kasama e basa. Ya ko house to house. What you Kumasi market. Ya kacha so mo to aba na man ko to ama na list baso a. Obe hu amane. Mo se ya to ye bu afu. And then mu huni. De mu be hu kra be chi say. Ye mu be hu kra be chi say. Asante for pepe pa.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, are you ready? Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Body baby kasa free.
By a friend Danny me kasa free Kumasi.
Danny, me enko.
The no Kenya NDC for no manga sa no munim do moye. One thing. And now say, but na say entokwana foforo. Abrom so, you know. But the moment we are in your manga sa the bali so mo see a family affair. And no more than your friend say. I'm the radio meaning the friend. I see be a competition near the team for Froba. Because if you are your family affair, no can be an NTS. The time will come on Oman Casaba betray. I say, let me be a something for you. Papa, it's to be young soon. Because me in free and I'm a good baby.
Madam CP, Danny, I'm sure from Kumasi. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, baby. Kasa free. Mento kajina ye na san free. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Pacho lower TV volume no mami. Lower TV volume no.
Yeah, you got to make hello.
Okay, me bacha wo baswa di nka lower TV set na nsa. Enti wo friend e pick no a no mute sound no mpacho pi. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, baby. Kasa free.
Mami akwa kasa fi Accra.
Na minti o.
Ha. Na mini ababi kase mini anu asante for me trese obia beti mi ehu awo Ghana mu a eyezu. Siya pe. Ghana for trese eyi wonwa say polling station executive akasa kra ebinum anto apa. Usha na eye jia na mitimi emma obi sika fidoma no ababeto na ba wakra na masaman lol famana sign de akọ no biti eyi baby eto abana fitire pe wasemento me se eyeza yenyina beti bi enwa because say ye ma ye yonku ntwankon yenyina na obi anya di me say o se wo ye miza say ye ban me see yenyina pepepe wo ta 4 years obi beti bi enwa ama next time ye kase ye to aba yenyina be tumrika akwa to aba ayi ye ho afisa anko asom we mu na ayi mo frɛ wo efrɛ say ye so mo bra metua efrɛ say mock fee ye ti wo mo mock ana na do time yentua bida ede ye de mock fee me see yenyina ye beti bi ehura pepepe
Merasi
oni nyame nya adwuma
America on so pa merasi. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, baby. Kasa free na ma no so kakra ma me wa yenko.
What me kasa free o este region.
Ma me ntie odi no.
But you me TV o.
Yenko.
Yes, MPP4. I want a big mistake. Cry me who be that. Munko toba kaka monfi. Now policy for my baby see. I want how only ugende and other thing but now person they do so to mama. Go to mama. They say okay $350 million. Maybe I find Say cocaine afa. Oh, that is enough. A quite would have possible within this 4 years long. A man can open here, but we all see it. I'm what I need for. Bye-bye.
Mesomedas, I mean, Papa. Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening, baby. Casa free.
Because I'm free, Kumasi.
What do you know?
Friend and Najimo.
Najo, I need come.
Kakam Bessa Canada, your friend is about one in a coy and a director. I am a say, one young Kasankasana, Yadi, Echu, your friends are on to a boy. The media Kaka Mekans, no, my Nana, if Cassie coffee, and Tina coffee, and Concord prepare, I answer and find your day, Yansan Pambra. Because not a hand in fact, you've been a chairman. Na hantano na adosu bebrebe we ntani go no o ka no crazy no go on person bet e di bebrebe kran say the answer that ankwan ko so about because of the phone ti akofie dey media manager ho na na say na mehwe agui e ba hihye ni yi na say ande abadi
meda say hello good evening body baby okasa free
odiko defense Accra
you
Accra is ayi mahama no mo de anasa ndi for the bow mo ho sadane say o ma yi tax we fio say no go for o mo ye take is pa o ya yi tax we ya yi o ma say listen ayi bebre beten ayi we na o ba she kra no tax we kra minti kra da set tax go one mo tax boy one press and that's so I yet to wait. And then me ma ekutia 200 Ghana. I was school for moko. Okutia moko. I don't know for the time. School official usro to make tani 1 cedi. 1 cedi kwa po efia kwa ntai usro. And then your man kutia 200 Ghana. Moko kwa. Ghana for ni e pano no. Ya damaswa Accra.
Mesomedas, my only was in room. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What do you baby Casa free?
You have some Casafu Western Australia. From the Kashapa.
Is that raining come on?
Aha. The patrol. Ankabea sa politics na Kayemra from Kakrana in Yeko. Na young person ni ba ka say smoke fee no. She ain't fan say no moxie send you chat and I the bit do I say. No go and dance so they are doing so. That time free no. Ghana yen do be free no. Nya but transfer my mo Accra kran nya sa nya support so. Tanya be ya ma be ku yi.
All right. Mr. Medas from Western North. Yen fan so. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Ababa body be Casa free.
Me ba so me Casa free. Konoma extra to Bronco.
No, do you know?
Me ba so me de George na bo asedan.
George ni come on.
Me ba so me me na na say. E wo mu say abana ya nto die. Na so yan say no. Officer ankoye kra. Ye to abana wo Bronco ba bu su wie ye no. Na adaka no yenye obi kra ma ne nfa. Fire service ni na bɛhwɛ so kai ko bi nkuta no na ya show me man free ye siri so pa e dia ko Bible school dance ho na ka le ko pata se dia ko bi enti ya sabota te tele di anko ye front na e ka ho ka enti ya ye ka na ho ta ma e se ya ho tire ya ma ya ba ta afo no ye hunu ya ye ne Mate Georgina, era say unia wen sombra. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, baby Casa free.
Lopacho me zabna me kaso ti Takoradi.
Abraham mteo.
Lopacho yo. Mate. 101.3. Good evening.
Abna lower o TV set na volume ni yifim. Na temo phone no do ai. Temo phone no do.
Pacho.
Yankasa.
Because it's Takoradi. Oh yeah, wofra na ye nyina ye kede ya nto aba. Kaka na ye to we no. Woman yan tansi there ever since Yaba Fourth Republic, Water region, one changing one sada. It's a Korea now what they ye. Senator Debia, the other Kada 1 2 1 of them. I mean, me a worker, mean to Water region, Makotuaba. That's one of our friends anymore. It's not from one trouble. 1 year she share any years. 9 young quadro, 9 years share, my Henry Bayana, Oya Dama, Oya Moto, you say about 3 days. I'm okay, mother. One shiny here, ma'am. Aye, Mate, my neighbor, let's second a Bushani and.
All right, when I see Yamin Council. But what was to know lower TV set? No, Mammy, oh, Sam, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, baby. Kasafri.
Kasafri was a Kuchasi East.
Nice one. Any Comodino?
We didn't do a fire.
I mean, you.
Na me pacho, sir, I in some year came na a papa nebeko.
And some day here,
Nkomo ya ye didn't wa way free way ye say wake away ye say a he papa na NDC for woman a dear didn't woman be.
And then commodity and command city.
Woman better could you
it's you, Papa. Hello. And come on and Dawson, Yakasa fa container ira ho. Yakasa
nina media nina.
All right.
Aday.
No. Me da say. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay. Hello. May you free sintino. Bomadia mesra so fra. In your pick on fast. No one mute sound. No TV no more. I say be delay come on. Hello, good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, baby. Kasafri.
Me Kasafri. Kumasi.
Okay. Hello. Bodi ni mami why? Mami tiyo.
Me pacho me di ya ofori.
Okay. Mami tiyo.
Komana yedi na ni gusu eka masana. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, unya crado. Bomodi na prepare uye na bra. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, baby. Kasafri. Ya mi ado me hoye pa. Na so e.
Kasafri owaze.
All right.
I also want to emphasize on some points. I think past 8 years there were so many issues that went on that we needed to discuss, but we never discussed. This is a new government that has taken power, and they are not even 3 months old. So if we start sabotaging them like this, how?
We are not sabotaging them, just that mo train not say critical. I forgot to be soon. Sabi, Omano eboa de na so I. Me na asem me fancy and then your course no you limit no because of your time. Ya me adem ochina be say betumi ama more time na mo tumi remo. Degita mami your last comment na influencers.
Yeah, me that say I believe especially on the containers in there. Minister no wan ye na adwuma yi. Odo nya abotare adwuma wode hye won sa ode nya abotare na etinye me bebre ase. Sisi ametna muntumi de wode adwuma bi hye mensa na obi atene ho 8 years. I should not expect them de 2 months metri adoye ni nyina na ase. So maybe we entire you called on the previous administrators no we brief you na entire you can also now cause for auditing in a yinade.
Very well.
Into one again already and discuss young vice president of the republic Mama Jane Ajiman Sebio yat there no do don kakra ma bibinti we kopo America o man na Ghana funya yam fampaibo yam fantanichi na no honton nombra no be di djuma no because it is for a reason on internet president or the vice in the event of anything so that we tumu aida so we take over ndia mompe no ombra na yama aban no so omani yonko galamse sisi galamse sam no wa aginsem ma sisi anyama record no oya abufon kakra ntino onda no tinu mesanso da wase that onsa edifrom
mesme da asepa ya mention say on so obaye ene enumbre na Vice President Tawayado ko pio ma brochire de won de me da me bi to me pose obi from say yi free o me for dey president me and only say pa ko say mi sa ta wo gym mo gym say papa ewu ade wo but obi ya de ese ya de wo empem ya de empem nti we bia ya de to me fa so 53 minutes past the hour 5 and there eku adanti ya do so ni na esi Oman Mpuntuo ene de besomo na metremu ema osikeni frempon manso osi nyame ado mo kira betene nka e we fidie so na yesoro ene o TV no so no be de papa news at 6 eba live on your Western Diamond TV Facebook ni be bia nso onse betumi aka abena sewa amani ampon e de no siaka se bo no e to aso e de amamo medi ni Okyeremaba AS Enchill the radio PR mama that digital the Takoradi constituency secretary and person in Western regional secretary yame paise bibia be fine ja itabi ajagura rabasaka abinzi abazi baruku amount of years sapr ene yenne
Run to me 101.3 yame sawo
Enuanum ni adofo ye frame Dr. Dawood me na me dada